I'm gonna tilt it down a little bit. The fan is a lot in the shot.
Yeah.
And hand.
Time to suit up.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Harry Potter review. It's the usuals of Christian Hopkins.
Logan Wilson.
Jonah Morgan.
And today we're here to talk about the 6th Harry Potter movie with Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah.
This is going to be a quick one because it's almost midnight.
Yep.
We took a while doing a couple of other top 5s. So, Logan, what would you like to start?
We can start near the beginning with this one. This one starts very different.
I'd say like go through. Don't do bad and good. Start through like the entire movie.
We'll just
because
go
it's
through
in
the
it
movie.
like there's. Yeah.
We'll just go through the movie.
There's good and bad, right?
This movie starts very different from the rest of the Harry Potter films.
The movie starts out like in an office space.
Yeah, it starts like very. You get
in the
a glimpse
Muggle
of
world.
the
There we
Muggle
go.
world.
It's the fact that it's
Yeah,
an
it's like-
office building and an office in general is
Yeah,
so
you
weird.
start to see that
Yeah,
Voldemort is coming back into power.
it starts off
He's
with
messing with the Muggle world.
and it starts off with showing you that Lucius Malfoy's been arrested and that
Yes.
Draco and his mother are like.
Essentially walk out.
Yes.
It's that they walk out of court or something.
They walk out of court and then.
And I think one we could just kind of sum up huge parts of the movie with certain characters, but Draco I think is one of the main driving forces of this movie.
Yeah,
he's very cryptic
he's the
and
plot.
he's very cryptic until the very end.
He
I
is the
like it,
plot.
and at the very end, Tom Felton becomes Tom Felton.
Yeah, so the general thing with this movie is there's a whole bunch of crap going on.
But
in the
it
middle.
gave the really good, like the characters that everyone loved before. It gave them a chance to be the stars.
Yes.
There's 2 of them.
Like, basically, this
specific.
movie is, meanwhile, while a bunch of other stuff is kind of just happening in the middle of this movie, Draco is the driving force of this plot.
Draco is
He
like going through his initiation.
correct.
This
Of being
might,
a Death
this
Eater.
might in all honesty be my favorite portrait of Draco.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love Tom Felton.
He's incredible in this movie.
It also makes it awesome that Tom Felton is like a really cool dude.
Yeah, he's sick.
This movie is probably a driving force behind why people love Draco so much. Because before this, there's been no real substance to him at all.
Right, no pure real.
Just kind of bullying.
He's kind of
not
a surface level
not a
bully.
character.
This movie gave him something to do.
Yeah, especially in the end of this movie. We'll get there.
This movie, I think, does really well with its individual characters.
Chemistry is only better.
Not really so much in terms
From
of
the
its plot and story.
majority of the actors, yes.
I found the characters to be more interesting than the plot and the
Like,
story.
Ron is not important to the story in this movie that much, but like...
Right.
None of the characters really are important to the story. There's really only 2 or 3 characters important.
Yeah.
Harry is, Hermione's not.
Yeah, no,
Harry
for
always is.
once, Hermione is like not
Not important.
She's usually a very driving force.
But the entire like middle part of this movie is like Hermione and Ron going through like a thing.
it's kind of yeah.
What's her name? What's even her name?
Who cares?
I couldn't even tell you. Annoying blonde chick that Ron is a thing with for a while in this movie. I gotta be honest.
And then they break up and Ron's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
So
I
did you do
absolutely
it?
pointless.
gotta be real. The middle of this movie is not it for me. The end really brings it together.
I do
It's
understand what they were trying to do.
It's essentially how I am with Goblet of Fire.
I do understand what they were trying to do in the fact that like all the other movies have like touch on like an aspect of like high school life. Being wanting to be popular, cliques.
And
this one is mostly about the love one.
I think this one.
Yes,
The
this is very much the
relationship
love
one.
one.
I think this one does handle capturing high school element better than
Goblet of Fire
sure.
is the popularity one.
Than Goblet for me.
Sure, they're a little bit younger.
Goblet of Fire is the
too, so
popularity
it's-
one.
Right.
Order isn't really about high school because like stuff's going on.
That's why that one's so good.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of the thing that kind of feels misplaced with this movie is the end of Order of the Phoenix is it kind of sets up that crap,
Like the
stuff's
minister
getting real.
steps down.
Yeah, stuff's getting real, and then you kind of just take a break from all that in this movie.
That's
And
me-
then
I think that's
even
what-
at the end of the last movie, Hermione's like, everything's gonna change.
Yeah, everything's gonna change. Nothing changed. Voldemort's not in
Well, that's
this
at the end
movie.
of Goblet. At the end of
No,
this,
he's
they were-
not.
He's not.
Riddle is, but Voldemort's
Riddle
not.
is, but Voldemort's
Voldemort's in
not.
like a couple flashes.
Right.
Like,
Going back to kind of the beginning of this movie, we're very quickly introduced to first name Slughorn, Professor Slughorn.
I like him.
Yeah.
I really like him.
Yeah, he's a neat character, and basically his whole deal is
I almost said Alistair. That's not.
no, I can't remember his first name for the life of me.
Looking up.
But basically, his whole deal is he created Voldemort in a sense. He
told Tom about
told
about
Tom. I
Horcruxes.
mean, well, yes, Tom Riddle inquired about it, and he proceeded to tell
Horace. That makes sense.
Yeah,
he was the one who kind of gave Tom Riddle the knowledge of
He made Voldemort.
how to become Voldemort, the Horcruxes, and how to split his soul into these things so he can essentially live forever.
Which I think is a really cool thing to think about, because like you think of like what he's had to deal with and like why he's been like secluded the past like little while, hasn't he?
Who?
Horace.
Yeah, he kind of after Voldemort, he kind of just goes
because like he has to deal with knowing that he is one of the driving forces behind so many people dying, and so many more people dying.
Right, and I think
it's awful.
He does a really good job of portraying that.
I love his actor. I know his actor from Narnia.
Yeah, I think he does a really good job.
I think that leads into Dumbledore pretty well.
Right, and yeah, what I was going to say, you learn about the Horcruxes in this movie, which obviously is a big driving part of
and
the next
surprises even Dumbledore.
Yeah, and it shocks Dumbledore.
When Harry's finally able to get
down.
that memory of what Riddle and Logan were talking about.
Yeah.
And you see like Dumbledore has to sit down.
It is a hard movie. It is a hard name. It is a hard name to say. You're correct.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, I like how we're just kind of glossing over the middle chunk of this movie because
there's not
much substance.
That's what I said. There's not as much substance.
You get occasional bits.
You know that it's not going to mean much up until he drinks the luck potion and we goes with.
That was
I really like the whole thing with
I feel like
him acting like he was giving it to Ron and it being a placebo instead.
Yeah,
I really like that.
That is a cool part.
I think that can transition a little bit into talking about Harry a little bit.
I like the whole thing he goes on with the Half-Blood Prince textbook.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, that is really cool. How he's able to kind of
learn from. I mean, you don't know. I mean, unless you read the book, you don't know until the very end.
I guess do we want to say that?
We'll wait a little bit.
Okay. But
I do love when he drinks the luck potion. I do love when he drinks the luck potion and he's walking out of the Gryffindor house and the two people walk in and he just goes, "Hi."
No, that's what I was.
That whole part is.
That's another thing. Is the acting is good.
Yeah.
I mean,
but there's a couple times where Ron is with that love potion. Harry with that luck potion. They change moods like that.
Yeah.
It's impressive. It's good because they're starting to get older. And more experienced acting.
Their acting chops are pretty.
17-ish.
The actors, I believe, are all over 18 at this point.
All the acting in this movie is good, especially Dumbledore. I want to talk about Dumbledore.
Yeah, Michael Gambon, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Incredible.
Gets so much chances to diversify his like emotions in this movie, like
because this is only the second movie he's got.
He's a very mysterious character for a reason.
Because
he's Dumbledore.
I think later media's give him way too many details.
Yeah, you're like, hey, what can he not do? And the answer is nothing.
Yeah, he's a very mysterious character, but you get a little you get a little bit more of emotion from him in this movie, which is really,
and you see a little bit more backstory with him.
With
Tom Riddle.
The DVD logo's bouncing around again. If we start going crazy, it's because it hit the corner again.
And again, this movie for 2009 looks.
It looks,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The
budget's probably I imagine just keep going up.
No, I have in college so far, I've taken a whole bunch of classes about like media production and cinematography.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I find myself. I like it so much more. I enjoy watching movies so much more now because I look for good
things like that.
Things like that. Like there's a Vertigo shot that's good.
Yeah,
there's so many shots that are like so well thought out.
Yeah, they have a lot of different moments in this movie too.
I think the two main shots to me are most of the final shots, and I think the main shot that sticks out to me is that shot where Dumbledore gets in the fire.
That was
fire.
I freaked out.
That's pretty cool. But even just like the basic stuff in this movie, they use a lot of different color filters.
The one shot that stands out to me, nobody is in the shot. It is a shot of after the ending of this movie, which we'll probably get to right after this. It's the Great Hall. Nobody's in it, and the sunlight reflected to a broken window, and it reflects off the tables.
Off the glossy tables.
There's nobody in that shot, and yet it's probably the best.
I commented on that as we were watching. I was like, the way the light bounces off the.
I would say the best shot of the movie is after Dumbledore. With and like the top down shot of all of
This
them.
movie is like over 10 years old. We
No.
can go ahead and say
2009,
that brother dead.
That brother died.
That brother died.
No, after that, that's probably the best shot of the movie. Is that overhead shot? It's
yeah,
fantastic.
with all that on there.
The cinematography. This movie
Yeah.
looks amazing.
Yeah, I really do like a lot of the cinematography in this movie.
That's because I mean the big problem I have with this movie is the fact that for
The
so
middle.
long it takes parts in the beginning and just about the entire middle, everything except the last like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
enjoy
so slow.
I enjoy a large chunk at the beginning of the movie,
It's a better source.
and I enjoy the
Yeah.
back third of the movie. I think they should have been done with all the mundane school crap by this point,
I agree.
because the way that the last movie ends,
They
and-
sure are done
No,
with it.
that-
The
that's-
next movie.
Yeah, that's my.
I guess I can't say anything because they are probably following the book, but I mean, I guess if I were reading the books, I would probably have the same complaint. I would feel a little bit weird,
Why the heck? Yeah.
like that we're getting so much
Did
mundane
you
school
read this
garbage.
book?
No, I did not make it this far. I read the first 4.
Anyway, I think that's my biggest problem with this
I mean,
movie is the fact that
Percy
so
Jackson.
much
I
of it
have
is
number
so
4
slow,
series.
and coming right off of Order of the Phoenix, where it's like we are ready to
My
get
favorite
to the very end.
Like
and it's
you don't pick up that pace until the end, which is the best part of this movie.
It's
Yeah.
like the Ant-Man and the Wasp in between, and Captain Marvel in between the Infinity War and Endgame. You see, like Infinity War, and you want to get to that Endgame, like the end, and you have to go through some other stuff to get there.
But gosh darn it, the end of this movie really tries to make this like
Yeah.
darn good.
And it
Yeah.
pushes it up there past a lot of movies because of it. There is a lot of
I feel like that's how we
redeeming
can go ahead and just talk
qualities.
about.
Draco Malfoy.
Yeah, he
is
gets to act his
he
butt off.
gets to dude like oh my even for like how old is he like 17, 18, his actor
He's probably
Tom, how's Tom?
over 18.
Around
He's
there,
probably
even for like that you're younger dude that's impressive for like any actor period.
Yeah.
What he did,
Mhm.
what
I
he was
think at the
doing.
end of the movie is where we have to talk about Snape.
They
yeah.
that's what I was talking about earlier with the like two characters getting
Yeah,
on the
that's
forefront.
what I was talking about. As well.
Snape.
But I think Snape is pretty much the main character.
Snape.
The title of the movie
It is
is.
the Half-Blood Prince.
He says so at the very end.
And he goes, I am the Half-Blood Prince, which is edgy as heck, by the way. Snape is an emo boy.
Snape emo. Snape's smart too. I
Yeah.
love how they like portray him as like dude he was like
He's
really
incredibly
stupid smart.
intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see how strong he is in this movie too.
Yeah.
With the fact that he kills Dumbledore.
Yeah,
Right.
he says one spell the entire movie. The other spells he casts he doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
He says one spell.
Yeah. But it is,
And he says it quietly too.
yeah. And yeah, at the point in this movie, I'm going to say it like this because I know what's going to happen. But he is portrayed to be the villain of this movie.
And like I
And
know
he
from
is.
like media that he's not.
He's not, yeah.
But I mean because if he doesn't he dies. Yeah, we haven't talked about that. If he doesn't go along with this and protect Draco, he dies.
You'll get, yeah.
Because at the beginning, I don't think we mentioned this. He makes like an
Yeah,
oath,
he
he
does
makes
that,
a magic oath with
yeah.
Draco's mother to protect him, and
And you see him looking after Draco throughout the entire movie.
and if
entire
Draco, and that's the reason why he kills Dumbledore. Because
that was part of
if Draco doesn't, one of
complete
the
his
things
mission,
about
that
it
was
is Draco
Draco's
doesn't
mission.
complete his mission. He had two parts of his mission: was to get them there and to kill.
Yep. That was Draco's mission, and so
he has to.
yep.
Do you think Dumbledore knows that?
Well, I'm not gonna say what I think because I know because I've seen these movies.
Yes, me too.
So we'll get there, Jonah.
Stop asking questions.
Stop asking questions you don't want the answers to,
I do.
but you'll get them.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But I mean, that's a big thing. It's like
Can't
the
you
end of
see
the
it's
movie,
Dumbledore
like because you
knows
have Dumbledore and Harry going to get a Horcrux,
Good.
and then where like you get that shot, you have a bunch of golem-looking creatures.
Yeah.
They get back. Snape kills Dumbledore.
They never really explain what the heck those things are.
They will.
But,
They just kind of there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they do all that to retrieve the Horcrux. You then find out at the very end of the movie it is a fake, and the real Horcrux is in the possession
With
of
brother,
R.A.B.
who I've
You've already
figured out.
guessed and figured out who it is because you're just built different.
We don't have to say in this video because they don't say who it is.
They don't say who it is.
Yeah,
they
they
just say
don't.
R.A.B.
And I, in all honesty, don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see.
It's been a fat minute
Yeah.
since I've seen these.
They mention him in this movie.
They mentioned him in this movie.
I'm
yes.
pretty sure they do.
It-
Because the end of this movie is really like leading into Deathly Hallows with Harry saying he's going to go off and find all of them, and then
Right.
Ron and Hermione saying that they're with him,
Right, and that's where this movie kind of takes
Very
takes the beat.
somber end.
Yeah, it kind of takes
John
the beat
Williams,
there.
calm down.
John
As
Williams,
usual.
He's sick.
No, yeah, coming into this, I'm like, oh, they're gonna like.
That is something.
No, I
they
didn't
don't
even think. I didn't even think about like John Williams' like mindset. He doesn't ride the same stuff over and over
Yeah.
again because like
No,
coming into this, you
for
could
sure.
ride that Hedwig's theme forever because it's so good.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah, you could ride the same like a couple pieces of music like use like the same bass for different action sequences,
Yeah.
but he
No,
thinks of a different theme for
He don't
probably
take a free
every
paycheck.
single scene.
Yeah, he
Like,
so
for
every movie. There's
The
something
song that plays after Dumbledore dies is beautiful.
new. There's something new in every movie.
It's
the soundtrack.
there's
It's got a
umbrages
really
in the last
somber-
one stood
Yeah.
out
It's
to
a
me.
really-
I say all the time that man doesn't take a free paycheck. He writes something new every project he does.
God, it makes me sad
doesn't
that
even
John
matter
Williams
if
is
it's-
done after
I
Indiana
know
Jones 5.
it's tough.
Yeah, they can tell you like throughout these movies when I hear like music that I like, I tell John to calm himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you say it in every video too. So.
Yes, John, calm down. Yeah, that's
John,
just like
calm
that's the main thing with Star Wars, Harry Potter, Jaws,
Anything he does,
anything he does.
he's a master of his craft.
But I mean,
John, calm
that's
down.
been said enough.
John, calm yourself.
One final thing I think we can say before we can get to our ratings is something that this movie kind of starts out of nowhere. Jimmy.
Oh yeah, yeah. We forgot to
She's
talk about
not-
Jenny.
Bad.
I gotta be real.
I'm talking about the romance with.
Yeah, no, their chemistry is not
Great.
like, it's not great.
It's not like completely and utterly
I-
awful.
But it could be
remember
better.
it being better.
It could be better.
I remember it being better, and I think
She does have like the worst line in movie history.
Open
Open
you.
up, you. I audibly
Stop
cringed.
it, quit.
That was bad.
I don't hate it.
I
And they
don't-
make out and
I
she
think-
disappears.
I think they're.
Yeah, they literally kiss and she disappears.
Yeah, and then in the next movie, they're like very much a couple, like with very minimal setup. But that is a humongous complaint among the Harry Potter community. For those that have read the books, they do a much better job
Mhm.
at that. They do not do that. with
I will
the
say one thing
movies.
this movie does a good job of setting up is Ron and Hermione.
Ron and Hermione, they are much better than Harry and Ginny. That's for sure.
Much.
Yeah, because they've
better.
really been setting the two of them up. I think the first time they truly set up Ron and Hermione was really at the end of Chamber, when like
They've
Hermione-
always kind of.
They have. I think it's like the big thing because you
The-
have Hermione running and like gives Harry a hug and then looks at and like
Yeah,
hesitates with
kinda
Ron.
have
after she's
Goblet
on
is when
Petrified.
they step it up a little bit, and then this is where it's like, hey, no,
Yeah, they definitely subtly set them up way better. But
Yeah, but I mean, I think Ginny and Harry it's fine. It's just it could have been better.
I
thought
like
their-
Ginny as a character.
So I
It's just-
thought their chemistry was way better in this movie. Hopefully it doesn't change my mind when we watch the next two, but I'm pretty sure it's a little bit better in the next couple.
Yeah, but
They don't get much screen time, but when they do, I'm pretty sure it's.
this
This-
movie is probably half of Ginny's screen time.
It is
the entire
I would say
series.
it's over half because what I said was this movie is probably like
It's either this
probably
movie,
more than all of Ginny's screen time combined.
It's
from
either
the
this movie or
previous.
Chamber. She doesn't have much.
I think let's wrap this up. I'll go first this time.
Okay.
This movie is just.
I don't feel that way about it, but
It's good. I don't think it's good because the good parts of it are, I
Are
think, on the
incredible.
whole, are really good. It's just because of what came before it and what's coming after it.
It's sandwiched between two bangers.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It just felt like the ending is really good, but the beginning and middle, especially the middle, just felt incredibly slow to me. But I mean, parts of it were interesting at the very least. But it's. Yeah. I'm not gonna give it too low because I would say I like it more than Sorcerer's Stone, and I gave that I believe an 8 flat.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go an 8.2 for this movie.
Okay.
What'd you give Chamber?
It was like 7 something.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus.
you
Okay,
should
yeah, okay,
really
that's
good
right.
score.
Chamber and Goblet were around the 7 range.
Yeah.
But I mean, this movie, it's good. It's just I wouldn't necessarily say it's great, but I would still say I
Doesn't
would
quite
watch
live
this
up
again.
to the standard of some of the other.
No, on the whole,
installments.
it's still really good. I just think it's the issues that it's sandwiched between two of
The best.
two of the best,
Yeah, right.
If not the.
if not the best. Whether you talk just both Deathly Hallows, but I mean, I think 8.2 is good. I do like it more than Sorcerer's Stone, but I don't know.
Do you have a number?
I do. Well, I have a kind of an idea in my head of where I want to put it between. Yeah, I have an idea now where I want to put this. I had to do some double checking on my previous rankings.
We did.
I know where I want to sandwich this one, so I've got a number for it. I'm going to give this one an 8.7. I think it's just below Azkaban for me, and it's just above Sorcerer's Stone. in my ranking. The good parts of this movie are great. The not so great parts are just
meh. There's the meh.
It's just meh, and
they average out to like an 8.
And it averages out to like
so.
an 8.7 in my brain.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this same thing. If I gave Azkaban an 8.5, I think this is just below Azkaban. Azkaban is really good. Yeah, there's just some parts that hold it back from being above Azkaban. If those parts were just a little bit better, I think the really good parts of this are a little bit better.
Right, I feel the same way. If they replace that middle section,
this could be above Azkaban.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it 8.4.
Okay.
I think it's just below Azkaban because it had the potential to be as good, if not better.
Yeah, I'm always naturally leaning a little bit higher for these movies
because
I love this.
Like you said, the good parts are fantastic.
I don't think there's a single bad Harry Potter movie. I don't think there's a single average.
They're all enjoyable.
All the movies are good.
They're all enjoyable.
That's also just our
because average is like 5 to 6, and we've given everything 7 or higher.
I think with this one, it's just I could go back after taking a little break from this franchise and watch this one alone and really enjoy probably a lot of it. It's just watching them in order. This one kind of the pacing is a little funky for it.
Yeah,
I feel like, and that's
for what the heck just happened. Yeah.
But
I agree.
That's going to do it for our review of The Half-Blood Prince. Stay tuned for next time where we really get into the end game of this franchise, where we review the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I can't believe I've never seen either of those as big as they are.
Yeah, massive.
We're now about to get
I literally have no idea what's going to happen.
I'm excited.
Except for like one thing.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Well, 2 things.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you thought of Half-Blood Prince down below, and we'll see you guys next time for Deathly Hallows Part 1. Later, Whipheads!